Hello everyone. As you can see on the screen, this is the cover page of our NCERT textbook of History of class 10th. In this video, we are going to start with the chapter 1 of this book, which is named as The Rise of Nationalism in Europe, या जिसे हिंदी में हम यूरोप में राष्ट्रवाद का उदय बोलते हैं. In this chapter, we basically try to understand how nationalism developed in Europe and further spread to the other parts of the world, and many of the countries become republic and they have developed their own form of government. But before going to start this chapter, we are going to understand the basic concept of nationalism या राष्ट्रवाद किसे कहते हैं. Before going to the further understanding of this concept, we should have to understand what is nation and state या राष्ट्र राज्य क्या है. Nation and state or राष्ट्र और राज्य are not the same words. We basically use these words interchangeably, but the sense, the meaning are totally different. Nation on the one side is a feeling for the country, while state is having its political dimension. Political dimension in the sense that the state here, whenever we are going to use the word state in the political context, here means the whole country. It doesn't mean about the Gujarat state or a Maharashtra state. It is basically the whole country we are relating to. So the state having political dimension means that we have a fixed population, like the population of China or a population of Pakistan are not the population of India. The people belong from Jammu Kashmir to the Kanyakumari are the people of India. It has its political dimension. Then there is territory also. We have seen the political map of India. This is the political dimension of the country. But before defining the whole country, its territory, who will be the population, we have to develop nation there. Nation means feeling. That, like for example, you can see a picture of flag. This picture of flag doesn't belong to a one section of the society or the one community of the people. This belongs to the whole country. This belongs to the whole nation. That means that the people are united. There is a sense of feeling of togetherness, of oneness. How we are one, like we have same history, we have same culture, which is basically different from the Western countries. We all basically united to fight against the enemies. We also fought against the Britishers at the time of the colonial period. So nation is a feeling. First we have to develop that we are one. We have to develop the sense of oneness, that we are one. And once realizing that we are one, we basically set up the political dimensions, like this is our area, this is our population, and this is our government. Like for example, in India we have a democratic form of government. So a state will demolish if there is no nation. कोई भी कंट्री ज़्यादा टाइम तक एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर सकती अगर उसके अंदर उसके लोगों में एकता की भावना ना हो. सो व्हाट आई मीन इज़ दैट नेशन कम्स फर्स्ट एंड देन कम्स द स्टेट. So now what is nationalism? So nationalism is a feeling for the nation. While starting the chapter of this textbook, we will see this picture. This picture is basically Frederick Sorrio's painting, which is depicting an utopian society. Now what does utopian means? Utopian means काल्पनिक, जो कि होना पॉसिबल नहीं है या वो सिर्फ आइडियाज़ या ड्रीम्स में ही पॉसिबल है. Now what Frederick Sorio is trying to depict, let's just understand this. In the first incidents, in the first context, we will see there is a chain of people standing. These chain of people are the people of Europe and America, and they are moving towards to the Statue of Liberty. Now, first of all, these people, the chain of people, these chain of people doesn't belongs to the people of only one community. These are men, these are women, means both the section of the society are standing here, and not only just one country of one social category, but the people of many country of different sections are coming towards to the Statue of Liberty. Now, to understand further, this Statue of Liberty is basically a female figure. At the time of French Revolution, people basically personified liberty with the female figure. This Statue of Liberty is having this a torch of enlightenment, जिसे हम हिंदी में ज्ञानोदय की मशाल बोलते हैं. On the other hand, she is having Charter of Rights of Man, which is basically having fundamental rights for the people. Now, as we are living in a democratic country, we have many fundamental rights. But before, when there is anarchy, there is no system of governance, at that time people doesn't have any form of or any sort of fundamental rights, not even just single rights. So why the people are coming towards to this Statue of Liberty? Because they want freedom, because they want liberty, because they want their rights, they want to end मोनार्की. वो राजा के राजतंत्र को ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं और अपने हाथ में भी कुछ पावर्स, कुछ राइट्स चाहते हैं. So in the third scene we can see the debris of the institutions of monarchical form of government. Now ये जो कुछ मलबा है निरंकुश शासन के जितने भी संस्थान हैं उनके टुकड़े यहाँ पर गिरे पड़े हैं, which is showing that these people had destroyed the monarchical, the absolutist kind of governance over there, and they're basically moving towards to this Statue of Liberty for their rights. In the fourth incident, we can see that the Lord Christ, angels, saints are over there, which are praising this scenario in the heaven, which basically showing fraternity. Fraternity among all the people of different nations. These are the people of Germany. These are the people of different countries, Poland, different countries. Okay. So in this painting, fourth thing we can see, in the first place we can see people are coming. In the second incident we can see there is a Statue of Liberty as a female figure having some right for the men and women. Third incident, there is abolition of absolute kind of governance, and in the fourth we can see the heaven praising this and showing the fraternity among all the nations. Now, why this picture is important to understand this chapter? So, in this chapter, we are going to understand that people are now going to fight against absolute kind of government. Frederick Soryu wants republican form of government where people have their representation. वो अभी किसी भी निरंकुश तरह की सरकार को हटाना चाहते हैं और सभी को कुछ अधिकार, लोगों को अधिकार देना चाहता है. Okay, so this incident started with the European country and later on it basically involves the whole world. Even 1947 when India achieved its freedom, this is how how we achieve this freedom, because of nationalism, that we the people of different communities come together and fought against the another kind of government which was colonial in nature. So this is the painting which is showing that European countries have now started, they are now feeling that they are one and they are going against the different kind of government which is not working in their favor. So this is all about the painting, and from the next section we are going to understand the further concept of this chapter. So before ending this presentation, I'm giving you some home tasks which you have to do in your copies. First question which you have to solve is that what is nationalism? I'm sorry, it is written in, it is going to be is over here. What is nationalism? Next question is what is nation state? I think so people are now going to differentiate its meaning. Now third question is what do you mean by absolutist या निरंकुशवाद क्या है? These three questions you have to do in your copies. Thank you so much.